Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. Time is 12 p.m. Jersey time. Alright, the story I've been waiting for the longest time. I've been pounding away with the prosecutor's office, state attorney's office. What is the story going on here with this cop? For those of you who've been following me, you've got to know I've been talking about this. I've been mentioning the name all the time. Former Howell Township Police Sergeant Richard Conte, also known as the Monmouth County SWAT team leader, is finally starting to go to court. I've been asking for 2 years what's going on with the story, and these prosecutors, the Ocean County prosecutors, don't want to say nothing. Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office, don't say nothing. State Attorney's Office, mum's the word. They don't want to talk about. Well, finally, on the front page of the Asbury Park Press, let me see if I can get that up there where you can see it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It reads as follows. This just came out yesterday. I spent $2.50 on the newspaper, which is disgusting. I would not buy this newspaper for $2.50 just to read it, that's for sure. I bought it because I want to have the story. The story's also online on Yahoo, and I'll give you that link in the description so you can read the full thing yourself. Okay, his headline says, Howell Police Sergeant tried in child luring case. 6 times you'll hear that Taylor tells the defendant she's 15. All right. Let's get the glasses on. We don't want to get any word wrong on this one. Boy, I've been salivating to read that story. I got home, that was one of the first things I did, was read that story. So, he was arrested in Ocean County, but he was a police sergeant here in Monmouth County at the Howell Township Police Department. And let me just say this. Chief Andrew Kudrick over there, he didn't mince no words when that happened. He came right out there. He didn't hide under his desk. He didn't go lock himself in a room somewhere. He stepped up the plate, and he was not happy with this, and he didn't hide. So I got a little respect for Andrew Kudrick in that aspect, that he didn't hide and he didn't mince words. He came right out and said how he felt. So that's good. I wish more police chiefs would do that. He didn't make excuses of anything. Okay, at my shore house for 1 week, looking to meet new friends, said the ad posted in Double List, a website for people looking to meet up. First of all, you got to ask yourself, what kind of person puts an ad like that online? At my shore house for 1 week, looking to meet new friends. I mean, so either it's a scam, or you're so damn ugly that you're begging for people to come over. The ad said it was posted by someone who was 19 seeking friends with benefits between the ages of 18 and 70. So that's another clue right there. Why would you want to have a 7-year-old friend with benefits? You know, if you're 18, why would you want that? Someone with the email address, and this is a clue, another clue too. This Conte guy, the more I read that story last night, the more I realized how stupid this guy is. Stupid, naive person. And how he got to be a police officer and got to be a sergeant in charge of the SWAT team is beyond me. I want to know who signed off on it. Sheriff Golden, did you sign off on this idiot? So his email address is 8. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Howell Township, that's a clue. Keep that word in your mind. HTESU 187 at AOL.com. Who's even using AOL anymore? Anybody have to still using AOL? All right, so I saw HTESU, and I immediately said to myself, Howell Township Emergency Service Unit. So he's stupid. Used a bad. He used a bad email address. That's already incriminating. Respond to it, saying he was from the Manasquan area, not far from the Toms River location of the person he was corresponding with. He says, I'm clean, down to earth, and available. Now, I understand that he is married. I have not actually confirmed that, but I've been told by different people in the law enforcement that he's married and his wife's a lieutenant or something, and another policeman, but I have not confirmed that. If anybody out there knows for sure if he is married and his wife is a cop, let me know. Just post it in the comments section so I can confirm that. But right now I can't confirm it, so we'll assume he's single. But if he is married, I'm sure he's in divorce court at this point. That's going to be his next headache. I'm clean down to earth and available, the response said, with a picture attached. So he sent his picture out. Now he fucked up on that too. Soon, the person who took out the ad said, I'm 15. Is that bad? Get to the next page. By the way, this is going to be a little lengthy video, so if you don't want, I'm going to read all of that right there. So if you don't want to deal with that, you don't want to hear me flap my jaws, just go click on the link. Despite that, the person who responding to the ad continued the correspondence, eventually arranging to meet up. Detective Anthony Latcher of the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office gave that account about the string of correspondence Thursday at a trial before Superior Court Judge Michael T. Collins. The detective was posing as a 15-year-old girl. I find that a little disturbing in itself. Named Taylor. He said he would notice an emblem that appeared to be that of someone involved in law enforcement or emergency services in the picture the person sent him. So he's screwing up there. He's got a shirt on with some kind of, with his emblem, badge emblem on there. He showed it to a supervisor who recognized the person as Richard Conte, a sergeant at the Howell Township Police Department who was commander of the Monmouth County's Emergency Response or SWAT team. Then, when Conte, then 46, showed up, again, you're going to meet up with somebody who not seen. You're reading words. Have you ever heard the thing, don't believe anything you read and only half of what you hear? Not too smart. This is what's running around out there, protecting us, people. When Conte, then 46, showed up at the location in Toms River for a rendezvous with someone he thought was a 15-year-old girl, law enforcement swooped in and arrested him. Deputy Attorney General Robert Guarney said in his opening statement to the jury, Conte was agitated and said, this is not something you come back from. Well, that was the most intelligent thing he's probably said in his whole career. That's, when he said that, that's when the big head kicks in. That's when little head said, I don't know anything about this. And the big head kicked in and said, uh-oh, little head just got me in trouble. Garney said the HTSU and Conte's email address stood for Howell Township Emergency Services Unit. Conte, a former volunteer fire chief for the South Wall Fire Department, has been suspended from his $139,000 a year police job since his arrest in Toms River on September 6, 2018. So this has been going on for 2.5 years. I want to know why it took so damn long. He is charged with child luring, attempted criminal sexual contact, attempting to impair or debauch the morals of a child, and official misconduct. I'm going to tell you what's going to stick with this guy. The official misconduct. That's what's going to get him. That's what's going to bury his ass. And you're going to figure out why in a little bit. Guarney said Conte, now 50 of Farmingdale, used a cell phone issued to him by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office for his role as commander of the county SWAT team to correspond with the arrange a rendezvous with the person he thought was a minor. That is what's going to bury him. And you're going to find out why the other stuff may be difficult to stick. I suspect Conte's going to take a plea deal. Garney said Conte, after being told, he used the phone, he used the county phone, taxpayer's phone, to do his sexual, to advance his sexual needs, allegedly. At one point, Taylor responded, I'm 15. Oh my God. Why do you want me to say I'm older? Guarney told the jury. Conte continued chatting with her, knowing she was underage. She said, defense attorney Richard in Cremona said at least one detective will acknowledge that the chat was not preserved. So we got Mo and Larry, the detectives, doing things here. And apparently, in 2018, nobody knows how to use email and preserve conversations anymore. And someone who worked the case filed reports about it many months later, claiming they didn't even have notes to refer to when they wrote their reports. Again, this is what's running around out there, people, and we're paying them 6 figures a year. You're going to ask yourself, as you should, does that make sense? Or Cremona said in an opening statement to the jury. Latcher, being questioned by Deputy Attorney General Rachel Weeks, testified that part of his chat as Taylor with Conte was not preserved. How stupid can you be? Well, I guess pretty stupid. Obviously, we got one right here. When the case was transferred to another detective and a portion of that chat was lost in the process, he said, he testified about both the portions that were lost and those that were saved. Elijah said that while posing as Taylor, he said he was 15. Said he was 15 and asked Conte, well, the detective, not, he was posing as a female. Said Conte, if that was bad. Elijah said Conte responded, yes, 15 is bad. Sorry, not interested in... Is it bad for... hold on a second. Yes, you have to be... is that bad? Yeah, 50. Sorry, not interested in someone that young. You have to... So that's when the big head was starting to kick in again. Or at least 16. See, I think that's incriminating right there, saying that 16. First of all, you're 47 years old. You got no business trying to hook up with a 16-year-old. And if that was my daughter and I found out you were trying to hook up with her, you'd have a problem with me. There'd be 2 trials going on. He asked how long until she would turn 16, and the answer was almost a year, Latcher testified. Latcher relayed the following chat. Is that bad? Taylor asked. It is bad for an older man, Conte responded on September 2nd, 2018 chat. That didn't deter Conte from contacting Taylor, Latcher said. The following day, Conte made contact while he was on duty. So there's another incident against him for official misconduct. He was doing it on the job. Well, he was supposed to be out there helping the community and protecting us. He was satisfying his sexual urges. Conte asked how her parents would feel about what she was doing. Well, if you're that stupid and you don't know, those aren't parents. No parent in their right mind can say, yeah, that's okay, honey. Go. He's a cop. Go run around. He's 47 years old. Here, you need some lunch money? Conte asked her parents, blah, blah, if she would feel about what she was doing, if she was having conversations with anyone else, if she was still at the beach, and how the ocean was. Latcher testified. You know, this guy's stupid. He's eating it all thing up. Up until that point, the conversation was saved via screen grabs. He said, well, you know, they can make the connection because they got that where he is carousing her, and then they catch him trying to meet up with her. So obviously, one can conclude, can connect the dots. Up until the point, the conversation was saved via screen grabs, he said, but the remainder of Latcher's conversation with Conte was lost. Latcher then testified about... You know what? I'm just speculating. Maybe the conversation got lost intentionally because that officer was getting having a sexual conversation with it. And maybe he doesn't want anybody to know how well, what a great job he was doing having a sexual conversation with the cop. He's probably getting his nut off too. He asked me if we were able to meet that night, the detective said. I said I was unable to, something along the lines of that. My mom would be home or would be around. Latcher at the time of the investigation was a Howell police officer assigned to the County Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force because Conte was a supervisor for a police department in the surrounding community. The case was transferred to a detective in the prosecutor's office. And part of the chatter was lost in the transfer, he said. Conte's arrest was part of a 2018 sting dubbed Operation Open House, which resulted in arrest of 24 men accused of using social media to lure underage boys and girls for sex. And I understand a lot of those people have already been prosecuted, pleaded guilty, and been off on their way. But in the meanwhile, so, you know, I think Conte here, I think he's being ill-advised by his attorney. The guy should be the guy's done. In my opinion, he's done. One of those charges is going to stick to him. The official misconduct, it's definitely going to stick to him. Definitely, in my opinion. We'll have to get Matt Tim to chime in on that one there. But I believe the official misconduct is going to catch him, and that carries a hefty sentence with it. And I think he's going to go down for the child luring thing. And his future's not going to look very good. I think probably the best thing he's to do is try to hammer out a deal of just take an official misconduct, resign from the job, take an official misconduct, so that at some point in time when he tries to go back out and get a job, which he's going to have to, at some point, he doesn't have to put them when they say, "Have you ever been arrested?" Yeah, I've been arrested. I've been charged with official misconduct and pleaded guilty. Then he doesn't have to put that. Well, yeah, I was arrested for charged and found guilty of luring, trying to be with a 15-year-old girl. He was quoted as saying he wanted to lay naked with a 15-year-old girl. I find that disturbing because, hey, look at this guy. He's nothing to write home about. He's going to lay naked? That's a bad imagery in your mind. Yeah, it's not good for him. He should just take... Conte, I know you're watching my channel out there. Take a plea deal, dude. Take the official misconduct plea deal. Take it. See if you can get just, 1 year parole or some bullshit like that. And try to get the charge down, the sentence time down as short as possible. And then after that time goes by, at a certain point, you can file an expungement on yourself. But you're going to take all this other crap, you might have to register as a sex offender. You want that, you stupid ass? Your lawyer is taking your money and he's walking you down the plank because you're not, in my opinion, you're not going to win this. You're not going to win it. That's just my speculation on it. Maybe he'll get lucky and he'll win the whole thing. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Even if he's found out guilty, the story is out there. The story is out there. And our old boy here, Mr. Conte, whether he gets his thing expunged 10 years or 5 years, whatever they're doing now these days, the story's out there. Anybody wants to hire Richard Conte, just Google his name and the story's going to come up. So once again, I'm starting to sound like a broken record, another well-trained professional hero who signed up for the job to help the community, to do good for the community, to protect us, has been shown that he's not interested in protecting anything except his sexual urges, and now he's trying to protect his freedom. I'm John Van Dyke. Oh, I'll just throw this in. Hey, Conte, I think you ought to just resign and see if you can get whatever money you put into your pension fund, because your lawyer's he's gonna bankrupt you, buddy. He's gonna bankrupt you. John Van Dyke, put the link in the description. It's a Yahoo story, has almost the exact same thing as what I just read you. You can go read that online and let me know what you think about this. This is an ongoing story that I've been following. I've been hammering away at it, and I'm not letting this creep cop get away with it.
And make sure it sound right, boys.
He needs to go to jail, and send a message to the rest of these creeps out there, creepy cops, to have a little thing for young girls and young boys, and let them know that you get caught, you're going to prison. No special deals. And I would encourage everybody, go to the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office or send an email to that judge and tell them no special deals for this creep. Send a message to these bad cops. You're going to prison if you're going to act stupid. I'm John Van Dyke for New Jersey Exposed. Till next time, people.